What's up, YouTube? This is Shaylin with 8-Bit Co-op, and I am back with another episode of ICY. And in our last episode, we picked up Fang, and we found our way to the junkyard, and we explored most of the junkyard. The only thing we didn't do was talk to the guards at the gate, and that's something that we want to do because the guards at the gate see everything that's happening. So let's go ahead and talk to them and see what they may have to say. Oh, you approach the guards watching the square. They don't seem too eager to talk with a stranger. Greetings, stranger. What do you want? I have some questions. We're not here to answer your questions. Go bother someone else. I need to meet your leaders. I have some important matters to discuss with them. You can find Jacques in the laboratory. He's one of the leaders. Nothing. I'll go. So, needless to say, they were not at all forthcoming. So, okay. So, probably the guy with the head is down here. But I am worried that I'm going to forget about this church up here, so hopefully that does not occur. But it doesn't make sense to go all the way up there, then all the way back down. So, I'm going to go ahead and kind of ping-pong my way back down here. I think I'm going to go to this little area here first and then go over there and see what we run into over here. It's unfortunate that we're starting off in the middle of the afternoon. Oh wait, I think I walked past it. Oh, there we go. Yay! You find an old farm. I happen to like old farms. You find a dark room that you're unable to safely explore, so try to carefully advance or ignore the room. I'm a risk taker. Let's see what happens. You're unable to see or find anything. The building is collapsing. You have to get out as fast as possible. Run away from the danger, protect yourself in a corner, help your companions, or protect yourself by standing in a doorway. I'm gonna help my companions. You managed to get out without getting wounded, and we got one fuel to boot. Okay, so let's go talk to this yoker over here and see what we can come up with. Okay, you reach your destination and see people waiting for you. You're finally here. Good. We're ready to begin. This is the place. We have some spare parts we can use to create some defenses before we start to break down the door. Sadly, it's a metal door, so prepare to cover your ears when we start, as it will get really noisy as we open it. We can fortify the external perimeter, fortify the building, build some traps, and assemble a small watchtower to help us spot the mutants. We'll follow your lead. Just tell us which task you want to get started on first. Well, watching for the mutants is going to be important, so let's build the watchtower first. You start building the watchtower. It takes a lot of time, but you finally manage to complete it. We still have enough parts to build some more defenses. Just tell us what you want done. Prepare and place some traps. You spend some time and materials preparing mechanical traps and laying them on the ground around the building. These are sure to take out some mutants. We still have enough parts. Just tell us what you want done. Fortify the external walls. Fortify the building. Let's fortify the external walls. You spend some time and materials fortifying the holes in the wall surrounding the building. Let's hope they hold. We still have enough parts, so let's go ahead and fortify the building. You spend some time and materials fortifying the building. The locked door that needs your attention is now protected. Well done. There's nothing more we can build or reinforce with our current resources. What we've done will have to suffice. We will now start trying to break the door's lock. Protect us until the mutants retreat. They're easy to scare. The man and his two helpers start working on the lock. Their tool is really loud and it seems to take forever to pierce through the door. After a few minutes, you spot some figures in the distance. Mutants. There's a large group coming towards the building. You have no choice but to face them. The mutants have trouble facing your well-made defense, but they just keep coming. So it's melee or fall back. That's not a good option for me. I would prefer bows, but let's see what comes with melee. Enemies receive minus 41, and group receives -9 morale, or HP. 2 mutants are right ahead of you, eager to kill you. Okay, where's my bow? Let me see what I can do with my bow. Your arrow misses and lands far away from your target. Okay, let's fight him again. Their HP and her morale are going down way quicker than ours. 2 mutants are right ahead of you, eager to kill you again, so I'm going to try again to kill them. Okay, next. Sorry for that break. I had somebody start digging me in the corner. I didn't know if you saw it. He always messes with me about, of course, being a girl on the internet. Girls don't exist on the internet. So, I always have to, come on now. Just stop. There are women on the internet. So, okay. I keep missing these with my arrow, which is frustrating. But hopefully I can wean them down here. I keep missing. Ugh. But their morale is waning significantly, so hopefully, and I keep getting no damage, which is nice. Hopefully this will be, you see, they have no morale, so hopefully they'll run. Enemies run away from you, the fight is over. Okay, the mutants finally start retreating. They won't be back soon, not after the losses they suffered. Your allies have all the time they need to get the door open now. Finally, after what felt like forever, the lock breaks. Whoa, this bloody thing finally surrendered. I hope it was worth it. The man and his helpers take some time to inspect the room while you wait outside. Then he comes out to talk. An interesting place. Apparently, this whole complex was some kind of secret laboratory, doing some special research on... The man looks again at the paper he holds in his hand. On something quite complex, actually. I was unable to understand a lot of it, but apparently they were attempting to create new types of plant life. Their notes talk about genetic experiments on merging various life forms with plants, though I fail to understand what they were aiming for. Anyway, you did a superb job. Here are your bullets. You deserve them. I've added a little something extra since we were able to scavenge a lot of interesting things. I hope we meet again. In the meantime, good luck and safe journeys. We'll be fine here. I'll call some soldiers on the radio to come provide us with some protection. He looked at the mutant carcasses on the ground. Judging from what I see here, those mutants won't be eager to come back here anytime soon. The man and his helpers go back to the room while you gather your things and start moving again. Okay, so... way down here is probably the dude with the head. It's 6 of one, a half dozen of the other. That makes me so sad. Well, I know I'm gonna go explore out here. Because that just makes sense to me. It's close. You find an abandoned house. Oh, you can only quickly scavenge it. Okay, the stairs collapse, preventing you from reaching the upper floor. I'm going to use my grappling hook, because it's better than free climbing. You manage to reach the upper floor. Oh, wow. Let's take this. The night comes. I was going to say, we should find a safe place. We were in an abandoned house, but whatevs. Okay, what was that? Copper wires. Nice. Okay, the other thing I haven't done in a hot minute is cure some of our people. Eva is getting wounded left and right. Oh, Eva, sweetie. Okay. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and put one up here and upgrade a time, see if that works. Okay, so now we're getting low on food, so I think I'm going to swing over here and try to get some food real quick before fight. They're raiders, 150 HP. Combat type is range. Enemies receive 52 HP, so that's 1/3 of their HP gone. I'm gonna shoot him again. It misses. There's another 1/3 of their HP done. I keep missing. And there is all their stuff. Okay. You know what's frustrating is I should have been able to loot their bodies. I think. Okay, strange dreams again. You're a bright room, feeling pain all over your chest. You're wounded. A man comes near and starts treating your wounds. Don't move. This is precise work. How long will it take? Not too much, but you have to stop moving, otherwise it will only get worse. The wound is pretty deep. You guys should really stop doing that. There's a girl, too, on the other side of the room. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Yeah, I'm done here. Just rest for a few days and don't move too much. You wake up, this time without feeling as bad as the last time. You hear noises coming from the outside. Your companions are already up. Okay, so let's go ahead and hunt. You get some food and medicinals, so that is always helpful to get the food that we need. Let us go ahead and... I mean, there's so much to look for. I wonder if we go back here... if we can re-loot this again, or re-scavenge this. Okay, so let's try to grappling hook up. And we got rope, but we got bullets and fuel. Okay, let's go back here and see about if they want to trade with us at all. Okay, we want to barter. See if there's anything new here. Okay, this hook, the durability is 1. Well, that hook, the durability is 3. So, you know, let's see if some of that can go towards more food. Yeah, we'll go more food. And then, what else can we barter? What is this book? A narrative book. Well, they really like that. So, let's see about getting a torch. Or 2 even. And what else do they have that potentially would work for me? Another bow. You know what? If I do the bow, let me take these off. Those bows are very expensive. Cutlery, sewing kit, no. A non-fiction book. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the food and the soap. Okay, because, you know, I don't need to be clean. Okay, next, we want to go ahead and head over here because my goal is to kind of wing my way up here before going all the way down here. Okay, that's a lot of health and a lot of med packs, so I'm quite excited about that. Let's go up here. 8 damage. And see if we can scavenge anything up here. Demetra comes near you smiling. Glorious leader, how's your day going? Nicely, I'd say. Glad to hear that. I'd also say that about my day. Nice weather, huh? In the snow? Did you see it snow? It's really white. You didn't come for small talk. What's up? I just wanted to know how you're holding up, being the leader, having all these new people in our family. She smiles gently. I can only imagine how hard it can be to have such responsibilities on your shoulders. Your backpack must be quite heavier than ours when we walk on the mantle. You're kind of worried about me, but it's not needed. I'm fine, or... I'm okay. It's not an easy task, but I think I'm doing fine. I'm glad to hear that. You know that you can always come to me. I'm not saying you need my help, but that I can give it to you. Even listening can be helpful in such cases. Thank you, Demetra. I appreciate that. I'll leave you alone now, but remember my words. She smiles, then walks away. Yes, a safe place. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Just in case, I'm gonna check on my party's health, because you never know. A building could fall in, or... Eva. Wow, Eva's rough. I just certainly don't want to die. Okay, so let's go ahead and scavenge. You find a small town. You find an apartment barely standing despite the damage it suffered. Its stairs are collapsed. You successfully get onto the upper floors and manage to explore the building. Oh, binocs. Nice. Oh, here it is. Okay, so... I wonder, can I put these... Come on, take this off. It's like, now that I put it there, it's not retractable, so... Huh. Sometimes this is quite hinky in how it operates. It's not, there that one is. So that'll help. That will be part of our trading goods next time. But it seems really difficult sometimes to make it work. But let's see. Oh, it does let us cut right across. I was wondering if sometimes you see it jump ahead. I was wondering if it would make us slow down. Find another apartment building. The path ahead is collapsed and could be dangerous to proceed. Let me see. I'm going to use the rope. We managed to reach the upper floor. Another sewing kit. So we may end up selling the sewing kit just because we have so many of them. Strange dreams again. This time you're in a dark room with only a couple flashlights to give you enough light to see around you. Come on, give me some light right here. You keep moving and it's not easy to fix this stuff in the dark. How's it going? Can you finish before dinner? Don't worry, we're almost done. Yeah, that should fix the power leak, and light will shine on us again. I hope so. I'm so tired of bumping into all my furniture. The dream starts blurring and you wake up. You had another strange and vivid dream, and you start wondering if you will ever find an explanation from them. We didn't move that far out of there. I thought we moved further. Okay. You find an old farm. Okay, you see a cracked wall, and looking through the crack, spot another room behind it. We can explode, we can use our body, we can use a crowbar. You successfully open yourself a way into the room. What is that? That looks like a toy to me. That's what it, I mean... Well, granted, you know that you're gonna have things like a simple toy. But you know, if we run into somebody like, oh man, bandits. I'm gonna use my bows. 60 HP. That was an awesome hit. The enemies are scattered around a group and have the advantage in a shootout. Shoot them back. Okay. 43 HP, so we're about 2/3 done. Okay, the fight is over. Let's see what we got over here at this building before we go up to the church. Even though it looks like things are so far spread out, it seems like you can get to and from fairly easy. You find an apartment. The path ahead of you is collapsed. It looks like we're going to have to get another grappling hook because I personally prefer that over just a rope. Teddy bear. I remember when my daughter was a lot younger, she used to love Teddy Grahams. And you know why I like Teddy Grahams? It's just like I like gummy bears, to just chew their head off first. I'm just saying. You find a big chest. There's something inside, but it's locked. I'm going to use the lockpick. I managed to open the chest, and it looks like a Molotov is in there. Okay. So let's go ahead. Oh, our food is low, so we may come up here later. The ancient church is not hard to spot since it's probably the most beautiful building you ever saw, despite the damages of time. Look at this place. This is one of the biggest buildings I've ever seen. The church was a holy place. Let's hope that people have shown a little respect to the house of our Lord. Which is quite ironic because we're going in to loot the relics ourselves. They can't respect other people. How do you expect them to respect beauty or holiness? There are some really religious people, you know. Yeah, I met a lot of them. A big wooden door stands in front of you, slightly open. Nothing but the silence comes from the inside. We're going to go ahead and go in. You go through the doors and you start to smell the scent of rotten meat. Despite the chaos, the church is still quite beautiful and its colorful windows allow some light to enter the building. This place smells like dead animals, which is exactly what I thought. And I'm afraid we'll soon discover why. Jerome looks around for a moment. Did you hear that too? That's what I thought. It's a trap. The place seems safe and silent, but the lighting is poor and you can't really see if something dangerous is ahead of you. Try to make some noise to see if something happens, because if we're all together, then if we have noise, we're better able to defend each other. You start beating on the ground with a stick. After some seconds, you hear some faint noises coming from the darkest depth of the church. You're unable to see anything. I bet most nomad families died because of something evil hiding in the darkness. Thank you for your pragmatism, Carlos. Bloody darkness everywhere. The ancients relied too much on their light. I think this church was built before mankind discovered the miracles of electric energy. But don't ask me why they like dark and gloomy places like this. I'm going to go ahead and, of course, inspect the seats as I walk. You take a closer look around. A lot of bones are scattered around. Most of them seem really old. You are unable to see anything that looks human. There are bones everywhere. Let's take what we need and leave as fast as we can. We're going to walk up to the pedestal. You start to walk towards the pedestal, but you hear some strange noises again. This time, everyone hears them, and it's clear that there's something bigger than a rat inside the church. After a couple of seconds, everything is calm again. You look into the darker areas, trying to discover the source of the mysterious noise, but you are unable to spot anything. What? Did you hear that? That sounded like something big. Big and hungry. Keep your weapons ready. There could be a mutant around here. You turn your attention back to the pedestal, and what you see is strange. There are various objects on the pedestal, and they seem to have been used recently. The strange composition is mostly made of what you are searching for. When you're about to touch a beautiful decorated Bible, you hear some monstrous growls coming from the darkness. Dimitri throws her torch in the darkness and you spot something horrible. 3 mutants are looking at you with expressions of pure rage, and you can see more of them moving in the darkness. They look beastly. Holy fuck, they're everywhere. It's hard to tell how many there are, but there's at least a dozen of beasts lurking in the darkness. The main path leading out of the church is blocked. What are they? God-worshipping mutants? Why do they care about some crosses? This place was built to impress people with the power of God, and they are more human than you think. The mutants are not attacking you. They just keep making inhuman sounds, looking at you as if threatening you to leave the objects untouched. We can shoot the mutants, but that's dealing with a gun. We can set the place on fire. We can fight them, or we can grab the objects. Okay, so... I'm gonna fight the mutants. Okay, so 61 looks about 1/5 there, so we're looking at 300 health points for them. I am always messing with my bow, and I just don't get it. We gotta watch our group HP, and we gotta make sure that we heal after this, definitely. The enemies run. Okay. The few mutant survivors, run away, and you're finally able to take the sacred objects without anyone disturbing you. I'm going to explore the inner room since we're here. You open a small door and start walking through a dark corridor. You see many rooms, but there's nothing useful in them. At last you find a solid door, but it is locked. I'm going to try to pick the lock. You need just a minute to pick the lock and open the door. The path is now clear. You find a strange scene inside. There are old skeletons in ragged clothes, clearly the remains of ancient people. One of them seems to be the corpse of a priest, and near the body you find some other valuable sacred objects in a diary. You take the stuff and walk away. The mutants didn't come back, and you're free to leave the place without any risk. So we were able to go, explore the church, get what we needed to do, and get out. Real quick, let's see where our party's at. Eva, of course, needs a cure. I'm going to go ahead and cure him. Mobilaji, look at Fang. I think this is where we're going to end this episode. Next time, what I feel that we should do is go ahead and hit up here, hit here, and then go back here. But we will leave those adventures for another day. Thank you for taking this time to spend with me and ICY, the game. I hope you come back for the next one. Take care.